The following podcast contains mature subject matter, adult themes, and may also contain profanity. You have been warned.
Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome back to The Absurd, a podcast of the absurd. I, of course, am joined by my always charming and a little bit sarcastic and lippy sometimes co-host Mel.
You
Hi,
can't
Mel.
be talking about me.
I'm only talking about you. How are you today?
I'm fantastic. How
Really?
are you?
I'm all right, actually.
Good.
I had a really good sleep last night.
That's
First time in a
excellent.
while. I
Wow.
know. I am elated.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. You're wearing a sweater and it's hot out.
It's not a sweater. It's,
What do you mean it's not a sweater?
It's,
Oh, it's a long sleeve t-shirt.
it's just like a long sleeve shirt.
Still, might as well be a sweater. Might as well be a
Well,
parka.
by the time I go home, it's gonna be like 16 degrees. So
Oh,
then I'm gonna be
no.
like cold. And
I
stuff.
hope you don't freeze. So everything's good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Having a good week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a long week, but you know, I'm ready for a weekend.
Yeah.
Any plans?
Me? Not especially. Why do I think I have something? I might go to Stratford Sunday.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
like Stratford.
Just do a little walkabout, you know.
It's a good little town.
I love it. Do you know what the number one draft beer is in Stratford, Ontario?
This is such a random
I know.
fact that you know, but go ahead.
But I share this with everyone.
Okay.
It's OV,
It's what?
Old Vienna.
What the hell is that?
What do you mean? What is wrong with you? It's a beer.
I don't know.
Oh
what this
my
is.
god. Who makes it? I think it's Carling, or was Carling.
Okay.
I don't know who owns it now. It's great, particularly draft.
Okay.
I think it's a lager. It's been around forever. Like, it's considered like a dad beer. And it used to get lots of terms like Old Banana was like the cool, or the grandfather term. Everybody else called it like Old Venereal. You know what I mean? But it's a good beer.
Really?
And the
How
one
have
place
not
that I
heard
go
of it?
to quite regularly, they actually have it in bottles. But I went to see, like 7 or 8 years ago, I went to see this Canadian metal band called Anvil, playing in Stratford. And we went up to a pub beforehand, and they had OV on tap. And I had to say, I'm like, what? OV is still around? People drink it, and they're like, it's like the biggest draft beer in the town. Like, almost every place has it.
Interesting.
Weird, eh?
Yeah, now I want one.
I know.
should
I think
find
you'd
out.
like it.
Find out if there's any places around here that have it.
On
We'll
tap
have
or
one.
in bottle?
On tap.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll
On
do
tap
my
might
best.
be tricky, but
Yeah.
your town has quite a few on tap.
If you're listening and you know, like, by
Yeah.
the time you hear this, if you know a place in KW that has OV on tap,
Yeah.
let us know.
Let us know.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Assume you know what OV means, unlike.
Yeah. Well, sorry, I don't know what old dad beers are, so
What do you drink? Like Bud?
I don't know. I am drinking a Michelob Ultra.
Which is a good beer.
Yeah, it's a very
It's a
good
good summer beer.
I dig it.
Yeah, no, I do too. Low carb, light, refreshing. Can't really get loaded on it.
Not really. I
You
mean,
know.
I could.
You'd have to drink them fast.
What is the percentage?
4.
Oh, it's only 4.
It's like when my aunt and uncle would come up from the States, they would bring me like Keystone Light, which is like, one step above water. But it was great if you were like, you wanted to do all day drinking, but still be on your game.
Right.
Because you couldn't really get drunk off of it. It's 3%.
I could.
3%, dude.
Wow.
Like, you'd have to shoot it intravenously to get loaded off of it. You know what I mean? But like, there's nothing wrong with it. It is like, if you were a teenager and you're looking to get loaded, like, no, you'd rightfully be teased.
Yeah.
But for refreshing beer, yeah, man. And then they would
Alright.
bring the Ultra before you could get it here.
They
Because
want to?
American Ultra is only 3%.
Oh,
Yeah, their light beer is 3%, where ours is 4.
wow.
You dig?
We're tougher, I guess.
I don't know. And there's some good American beers, to be sure.
Oh, for sure.
The big, like I like MGD.
Yep.
I like Miller Lite.
Yep. Same.
What's a Buffalo one? Genesee Cream Ale. That's a good beer.
Don't think I've had that one.
Ooh, you should.
Another one to add to the list.
Yep. Sam Adams is a good beer.
Yeah.
You know. Which leads me into talking about food. We are going to go get something to eat afterwards, because either that or I start chewing on this coffee table. Which,
now, that I want to see.
yeah, it would be very short-lived until my jaw basically collapsed on itself. But yeah, so anyway, we're here to talk about some absurdities, not just be absurd.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you got something for us? Oh, yeah. You were contacted by one of our listeners, yes? Somebody you know?
Yes, that's very true. It's my friend Andrea from Kincardine.
Hello, Andrea from Kincardine. Hey, that's home of the Erie Bell.
The Erie Bell?
Oh, it's a good fish restaurant, dude.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Anyway.
We should go.
We should go.
Yeah. Andrea, we're coming.
Yeah.
Look out. Anyways, she reached out and she sent this story that I thought was pretty funny. So it's just a quick one. But
Yeah.
it's out of West Virginia. Mm-hmm. They apprehended masked bandits who were drunkenly acting up in town.
Oh, jeez.
But they were not human. Neighbors had reported 2 raccoons that they thought were rabid. But it turned out that they were just drunk on fermented crab apples, said the Milton Police Department. So, I guess these raccoons were running around town acting all rabyish. And, rabyish. Mm-hmm.
Huh.
It's a good word.
Yeah. If it is a word.
But they did not have rabies. They were
Good.
just drunk.
Good,
They were just wasted and blottoed.
Rabies is terrifying.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So anyway, the raccoons, they were caught and released after they sobered up. Yeah.
Do you like raccoons? Like,
No.
huh?
No, I stay away.
Yeah. Well, it's not a bad idea.
Well, it's not because, and I can't even tell you how many times I have seen people going after raccoons.
What do you mean going after them?
Like chasing them.
Why?
I don't know.
Well, that can't be a good idea.
No, because we had one in my town, in Elmira, and
My hometown,
your hometown.
sort of.
Yes. And there was one around the school, and like all these kids were chasing it, and there were grown-ass adults around,
Idiots.
and nobody was doing anything about it. I'm
Of course
like,
they weren't.
you guys are mental. Anyways,
I hope the
all that
raccoon
to say.
bit them.
I hope so too.
Yeah, dirty
Yeah.
buggers.
What are you doing?
Well, leave it alone.
Yeah.
I remember my then girlfriend, who was English. They don't have raccoons in Britain, in the UK. And one of the first times she was over, we went walking in Waterloo Park, and there was a big ass Bahama Mama, raccoon.
No.
And it was walking away, and my girlfriend, her name's Sarah, was kind of following it, like not aggressively, like not trying to pet it or anything stupid.
Right.
But she'd never seen them.
Right.
And she,
Just pure curiosity.
totally. And I was just like, I'm like, just back off.
Yeah, don't.
Because if it turns on you,
Yep.
like, it's
Yeah,
not going
it
to
gonna
kill
hurt.
you.
But it's
you
gonna
know.
hurt.
It's going to suck.
Yeah.
Like, I think I may have even said before in another episode, I'm totally confident that in a to the death struggle, I would win against a raccoon. But I'm going to be messed up. Like, I'm going to the hospital.
Yeah.
Hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Especially if they have rabies.
Well, don't even get into that. I don't even know how they do. I know have rabies, but I don't know how common that is.
Rabies? I don't know.
Why in raccoons? But then her and I also went camping at Grand Bend, and I hung the food at the garbage in a tree at night, and I heard commotion. I'm like, it's raccoons, whatever. So I opened the flap of the tent and shone the flashlight over and caught the raccoon. And she's like, make it come over here. I'm like, there's not a chance. Like, if it comes in this tent, I'm out. Like, you're on your own. Yeah, you figure it out. Like, I'll go to the hospital with you.
Yeah.
But that's it, dude.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool.
Don't even mess with that, man. Rabies? My, kind of a segue, but speaking of rabies, my parents woke up one night in the middle of the night, or my mom did, and she saw a bat on their window.
Yeah.
So, and you can get bit by a bat and
And
not
not
know
even
about
know it. That's right.
So they had, I don't know who you call, but they called somebody and they had to have like tests done and
Yep.
all the things, right? But I mean, they were fine. But still, it's terrifying.
Well, it's actually, I've read it. I've read this, and I don't know if this is too reactionary, but it says that if you find that there's a bat in your house, it's actually best, to proceed to almost like to go to the hospital and say, like, I don't know if I've been bit,
Right.
right?
Yeah. That's basically what they did.
And get
Yep.
the anti-rabies antiviral shot.
Yeah. I mean, what's more disturbing is how did it get there?
Well, I mean, they can come down chimneys. They're like mice, man. They can get in like ridiculously
but,
small areas.
Like, man. I don't
Like,
know
how
if I
old's
could
the
sleep.
house? Maybe there's
It
a
was
crack.
brand new. No,
Oh.
it was a brand new house.
I don't know.
They had it built, and yeah, Mom woke up and she was looking at the window, and she's like, "What's on the window?"
Yeah.
And she got closer to it, and then she freaked
Did they
out.
kill it?
No, they didn't touch it. They closed the door and just
Pardon me.
locked the door, and because the bat might unlock it.
Wow. Oh, I know.
But just
Yeah.
you don't want the bat to open the door.
No, they
so you
are.
gotta lock it.
They are nature's lockpickers.
But anyway, all is well, and someone came and got the bat, and they got tested. They're fine.
Well, the thing is, once you have even like the most mild early symptoms, it's too late.
Yeah.
You're done.
Yeah.
The mortality rate is literally like 99.9%, and that there has been one person for which they used a treatment. It did work, but it involved putting the person in a coma, and I don't remember how long they were in, like not years or anything, but when they came out of it, they had severe brain damage.
Jeez.
So if you want to call that survival, fine, it's surviving.
Yeah, no
But,
thanks. I think I'd just rather go at that point.
And it's terrible. Like, you literally become afraid of water. They call it hydrophobia.
Really?
Yeah, like,
I
so you'll
did
be
not know
dying
that.
of thirst. Like, you're so thirsty, but you will literally be afraid of the water. So if somebody brings you a glass of water, you'll knock it out of their hand.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
I had no idea about that.
It's awful.
Okay.
Like, I've
won't sign up
actually
for rabies then.
reluctantly watched a couple of videos of it's out of India, where one was where like a girl had rabies, and you're just watching this, you're like, oh god. And this is like, she was afraid of water. She was at that stage.
Really?
Like, it was what you want. Put me in a coma. Just be done with it. Let's say goodbye while I can, and arrivederci.
Yeah.
You know.
Wow.
But
Interesting.
fortunately, these raccoons, they were just high on apples.
They were.
It's a good gig.
So there you go.
Yeah,
So thanks, Andrea.
yeah, thank you, Andrea. That was a great tale. I like a light tale about raccoons and crab apples. Who the hell doesn't?
All right.
I've got a story that I wouldn't classify as light.
Uh-oh. Buckle down. Buckle down?
I
Buckle in.
don't know what. Oh yeah,
Buckle in?
is that a Newfoundland thing?
I don't know.
Buckle down.
Yes, bye.
No, that means like to study.
Buckle down?
Yeah, doesn't it?
Hanker down.
No, God. It's hunker down for one thing. God, I hate that expression.
Okay. Read some stuff.
Yeah,
Let's
okay. American Airlines is facing lawsuits after a flight attendant allegedly filmed girls using an airplane bathroom. They are blaming a 9-year-old girl for being secretly recorded.
Boy.
The airline is in a new court filing is arguing that the young girl should have known that the airplane toilet contained a recording device.
Wait, what?
You heard me.
Uh,
So
yeah, okay.
they're quoted
Go.
as saying the defendant would show that any injuries or illnesses alleged to have been sustained by the plaintiff, Mary Doe, that's the girl's name, were proximately caused by the plaintiff's own fault and negligence, American Airlines lawyers wrote in the defense filing. The airline's attorneys added about the 9-year-old girl using the compromised lavatory on the plane she knew or should have known contained a visible and illuminated recording device.
She's 9.
Well,
I mean, okay, there's so many things to unpack here.
so basically, we'll get to
continue.
this. Yeah.
I'll bring out my rage later.
The lawsuits against American Airlines started after a former flight attendant was arrested in connection with allegedly recording a 14-year-old girl in a plane's bathroom on a Boston-bound flight. Estes Carter Thompson III, 36, of Charlotte, North Carolina, also allegedly had recordings of 4 other girls using airplane lavatories, including the 9-year-old girl who's from Texas and was flying with her family to go to Disneyland. During the flight last year, she was secretly filmed while using the airplane toilet, according to the family's lawsuit against American Airlines. The family is arguing that the airline knew or should have known that Thompson was a danger. The family and their attorneys were shocked by this recent court filing from American Airlines. I would think so.
Yeah.
Instead of taking responsibility for this awful event, American Airlines is actually blaming our daughter for being filmed, the girl's mother said in a statement. How in good conscience could they even make such a suggestion? It both shocks and angers us. American Airlines has no shame. Attorney Paul Llewellyn said, to blame a 9-year-old for being filmed while using the airplane bathroom is both shocking and outrageous. In my opinion, this is a depraved legal strategy that sinks to a new low. American Airlines should be thoroughly ashamed of themselves. Thompson was arraigned on the federal charges connection to the Boston-bound flight during a U.S. District Court of Massachusetts hearing. Thompson, who's in federal custody, pleaded not guilty to 1 count of attempted sexual exploitation of children and 1 count of possession of child pornography depicting a prepubescent minor. In American Airlines' recent court filing, the airline's attorneys also wrote, Defendant Thompson was not acting within the course and scope of his employment at the time of the alleged wrongful conduct against plaintiff. This defendant, American Airlines, cannot be held vicariously liable for Defendant Thompson's alleged actions that occurred outside the course and the scope of his employment. Of course he bloody can.
Yeah.
Jesus. American Airlines did not immediately respond to comment on Tuesday. After Thompson was arrested in January, the airline said, we take these allegations very seriously. Clearly you don't.
Yeah.
They do not reflect our airline or our core mission of caring for people. This girl's a people. We have been fully cooperating with law enforcement in its investigation, as there is nothing more important than the safety and security of our customers and team. What corporate dick stroking is that? Sorry, people, for saying that, but this disgusts me.
Yeah.
Absolutely disgusts me. Like, no, it's not your fault that this guy did that. They're right. It's not the airline's fault.
No.
But he's an agent.
Uh-huh.
He's working for you. He was employed for you with you at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean you should know everything he does? No. But you are bloody well accountable.
Absolutely you are.
You know? I'm gonna follow this case.
Yeah.
Because
So this is recent then?
Oh yeah, just in the past couple months.
Jeez.
So like
Unreal. Okay, why was there a camera in there in the first place?
Well, that's what I don't get. Like she should have expected. Like, has there always been camera there? Like,
I sure
God
hope
knows,
not.
I've put on some shows then. It's a long flight to England, you know, especially with a cheap airline. You know, you do a lot of stops.
That one made me cry. Well
good.
done.
You're welcome.
Well done.
But no, I mean seriously, like, so they're saying she should have known. Okay, they're not responsible for his actions, even though he's an employee of theirs.
Right.
But she is responsible for knowing there should be a camera in there when there's no reason for there to be a camera in there.
And why are they defending the fact that there's supposed to be a camera in there? Because there's not. Clearly,
of course
this
there's
dude
not.
put it in there.
So you're saying she should be aware of his illegal activities, even
right.
though you weren't.
My God.
Oh, that's pathetic.
The-
That's disgusting.
Shame on
Whoever the
you,
lawyer
American
is.
Airlines. You are a piece of shit.
Yeah. Like, whoever the lawyer is who came up with this strategy, like, I hope they get penile cancer. You know?
Unbelievable.
Assuming it's a guy, I shouldn't make that assumption. But, no, it's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
Unreal, eh? Like...
So I'm gonna follow along on this and see if anything develops. Like, it's gonna cost them. There's no way. If that legal defense works, I want the meteor to get here, like, tomorrow. Like, I'm done.
Yeah, like, take me now.
Yeah, take all of us.
Honestly.
Screw everybody.
Yeah.
Well, not the 9-year-old, but, you know, it's too bad for her. Because this poor girl is going to Disneyland. And some POS, pedophile, no, not a pedophile, a child molester, which is essentially, because there's a difference.
Yep.
Right? People, you're saying, what are you talking about? The difference is a pedophile is someone who's attracted to children. Doesn't mean they've necessarily ever done anything about it. Most, in fact, don't ever act on their impulses because they know it's hurtful. It's wrong.
Right.
Maybe this guy isn't even a pedophile.
He's all the things.
Well, he could be, but he's revolting.
Yeah.
But he breached this girl's privacy in one of the most insidious ways. And
it's children, like,
That's
especially
what
when
I'm
it
saying.
involves children. Like, that's...
Go away.
Not saying that, I want it to happen to me, but,
Well, no.
when it's children, it has a whole different context to it. And
But
it makes me angry that the airline basically supported it. Or the legal team.
Well, at least they're not they're
supporting it, but
washing
they're
their
trying
hands of any responsibility.
100%. When the best response would have been to be like, yeah, like, this guy did this and there's not much we can do about it, but
they're actually blaming her.
Yes.
I take it back when I said they're washing their hands, but they're not. They're saying it's
blaming
her fault.
Because I go in every bathroom thinking, oh yeah, there's a camera in here.
I've never thought of it.
God. Unreal.
So
unreal.
Yeah, it's appalling. Absolutely disgusting.
Wow. Wow.
I think that you have something that is
also disturbing about children. Yes,
I
do.
Do you think I get to use my my warning sound?
Yeah, do it.
Okay, here it is.
All right, there you go. You've been warned. So there was this one's about a 6-year-old boy.
Okay.
The 6-year-old boy's family is accused of conspiring to have him kidnapped because he was, quote unquote, too nice to people.
Oh no.
In hopes that he would learn about stranger danger, according to police in Lincoln County, Missouri. Yeah.
Go
All
on.
right. Sheriff's deputies arrested the boy's mother, Elizabeth Hump, 25. His grandmother, Rose Brewer, 58. His aunt, Denise Crutel, 38. And Nathan Wynn Firovid, he's 23, on Wednesday. Crutel had asked Firovid, I don't like these. I'm going to...
Do whatever you gotta do.
Yeah, I don't like these last names.
Gotcha.
They're annoying. It's too much.
People are annoying.
People are annoying.
These people.
Yes. Crutil had asked Firoved, a co-worker, to kidnap her 6-year-old nephew to scare him because he was too nice to people, according to the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office. Firoved allegedly lured the boy into his truck on Monday, police said. While inside the truck, Firoved told the boy he would never see his mummy again, and that he would be nailed to the wall of the shed. After the boy started to cry, police said Firoved showed him a handgun and said he would be hurt if he did not stop crying. Firoved bound the boy's hands and feet with plastic bags and covered his face as they drove. They eventually stopped at the boy's home, where he was taken into the basement. According to the statement released by the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office, Crutill took off the boy's pants and told him he could be sold.
What?
That he would be sold into sex slavery. She allegedly was upset that he did not try resisting her.
Oh, wow.
The boy was eventually unbound and led upstairs, where his family lectured him about stranger danger. Investigators believe the incident lasted for about 4 hours.
Oh, God.
Family members told police their intent was to educate the boy and felt they did nothing wrong, according to the sheriff's department.
Wow.
The boy later told school officials about the incident, who contacted the Division of Family Services.
Good kid.
He was placed into protective custody.
Damn right.
Verovid, Brewer, and Crutill have been charged with felony kidnapping, felony restraint, and felony abuse and neglect of a child, police said. Hump is charged with felony kidnapping and felony abuse and neglect of a child. They all remain in police custody under a $250,000 cash bond each.
Right.
They are scheduled to have their arraignment hearings, it said this morning, so I'm not sure what day this actually happened, but anyways.
No, I know it was
I hope
just...
they're strung. Honest to
Whoa.
God. Like, that poor child. Like, that makes my blood boil.
Well, I mean, so you didn't teach him anything about
did
stranger
not.
danger. You're talking about family danger.
Yeah, honestly.
Well, really?
Honestly.
Like, I would, if, I don't have kids, but if I did, I love when kids are not afraid to talk to strangers. Like, obviously teach, street smart. I'm street, of course.
Yes.
But,
yes, yeah.
Everybody who knows anything knows that children are almost never abducted by strangers. It's almost always a family member, and look what we have here. Right?
That poor kid. That poor kid.
I know.
That is forever messed that kid up.
Yeah, you've now given the kid trauma where
way
he
to
had
go.
none because of some idiotic, warped sense of bullshit that you had.
Unreal.
It's fantastic to me that you need a license to fish but not have children. You can have as many children as you want, and you can't be stopped.
Yep. It's not fair.
What do you mean?
Just the whole thing with kids and stuff. It's not fair because you get people that are begging for children. Like,
right.
they just weep for children all the time.
Right.
And can never have them. And then you have dipshits like this that have kids and treat them like that. Like,
I don't even know what to call it.
honestly. It sickens me.
How did they all come to this way of thinking?
Too nice to...
It's wonderful to have nice children.
Isn't that what you teach children?
Well,
is to
I
be
certainly
nice to
would.
people?
Yeah.
Like, that's what I tell my son.
Like,
when
if
he's going to school every morning, I tell him, have a good day. I love you. Be kind.
Right.
It's always like the last thing I say to him is be kind.
Like, I wish they would have said, like, what do you mean by too nice? Like, is he like going up to people's cars and going, hey, can I have a ride with you? Okay, he might want to teach them not to do that.
Sure.
But if he's like, hi, talking to people on the street and saying hello, that's fantastic. Fantastic.
Wow. I mean, the only hope is that, he's young enough that he might be able to repress this.
Well, we don't want him to repress it.
Well, you want to just not remember it. I mean, it will affect him because it just kind of does.
But remember, you can have a traumatic experience, not remember it, and still be impacted by the trauma.
Oh, 100%.
Like, he needs therapy immediately.
Yes.
100% therapy.
Yeah.
And well, I think what you mean, hopefully he can accommodate this, that he can adapt around it.
Yeah.
And hopefully whomever he ends up living with, it sure as shit better not be these mongrels. Whomever he ends up living with hopefully appreciates his kindness, and fosters it.
No, I weep for the future.
Oh, hey, you're using my line.
I know I am. That's what I was just going to say. I'm going to say what you say.
Actually, it's not my line. I stole it from Ferris Bueller's Day Off years ago. Yeah.
But I do.
I know. That's appalling. So the people are being held with bail, but they obviously can't afford it.
Obviously.
It's $250,000 each.
Yeah.
see, the U.S. has cash bail. We don't.
Yeah, I hope they never get out. Ever.
Well, they're going
I
to
hope
get
bad
out.
things happen.
But yeah,
I hope they make some friends.
that's.
If you know what I'm saying.
Oh, I know what you're saying.
God,
I know what you're
especially
saying.
when it comes to kids. Like, you go to prison for stuff like that.
But I don't like. Who would? Okay, tells a kid you're gonna get nailed to the wall. Like, I'm not 6 years old. I'm a good sized man. If somebody told me that while they've just abducted me, I'm gonna be like, I'm fucked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'd start crying.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm only really, I'm not even really all that much kidding. Like, I'd be
Oh my
terrified.
gosh. Absolutely.
And then you tell a 6-year-old who has almost, I hope, no concept of sex. You take off his pants and you say you can become a sex slave. What is wrong with you? Did they film this? Are they making money on this shit?
I don't know.
God,
I hold nothing past them.
that's
at this
all
point.
manner of revolting. Ugh, God. Yeah, well, that was something, Mel.
Yeah, we
That
had a
was
couple
something.
heavy topics.
We did.
You got something a little more light for
I
us?
have got something wonderfully light.
Okay. Give it.
And
I like it.
it's very local, super local to
Ooh,
us. Yeah,
okay.
dude. All right, so top dog crowned at Wiener dog races. This is at the Elora Racetrack, formerly the Elmira Racetrack.
I like that place.
Yeah, well,
I like the casino.
we'll talk about that history later.
Really?
So, Grand River Raceway in Elora went to the dogs as the track welcomed back the beloved Wiener dog races. I had no idea about these.
I had no idea.
I want to go.
Yeah, I'm down.
Big
Let's
time.
do it.
An eager crowd gathered to watch approximately 30 dachshunds vie to be crowned the fastest wiener.
I would love to watch that. Just 30 little wiener dogs.
Damn right. Finalists earned their spot in the championship by finishing in the top 3 during 3 elimination heats. This year, a 3-year-old mini dachshund named Chorizo was crowned the top dog.
That's a great name.
Chorizo also competed in the last 2 wiener dog races. Second place went to Hersey, a third-time competitor, and third place went to Calvin. Is that a Calvin and Hobbes reference?
I don't know.
According to release from Grand River Raceway, Wiener Dog Race Night is the most attended event of the year. Now, I was actually reading sometimes when when I need a little lift, and I'm on Reddit. I'll go to the subreddit called Cute. It's almost all animals,
Okay.
right? It's good. I like animals. And they were talking. It wasn't in Cute, but it was a different subreddit. Anyways, this guy walked outside. It was in the winter. I don't know if it was like Canada or the U.S. Anyway, this moose comes booting out from the woods and towards the guy who's standing in the back of the car. And the dachshund jumped straight up and bit the moose on the belly. Right? And then the moose kind of what the hell's going on? What was that? Which gave the guy time to go inside. The moose kind of sauntered off, and the wiener dog followed along. And people were like, that was really brave of the dog, and damn right. Here's something that outweighs you 1,000 times or
That's
whatever.
something I can picture a wiener dog doing.
Well, this is interesting, though. So the proper term is Dachshund, right? Dachshund, which is German and stands for, it means badger dog.
Okay.
And the reason they have such short legs is that they were bred to go into badger tunnels and kill the badgers.
Wow.
And
Okay.
apparently, pound for pound, wiener dogs, dachshunds, are the toughest breed. They can be really feisty. I knew that. They can be quite aggressive. And you have to kind of watch them, right? There can be a little bitey.
Yeah.
There's one in the building here. What's his name? Monty. But it was fascinating to read this. That they're that.
And it's the most attended event of the year.
Yeah, I didn't even know about it.
Even the horses, because
Yeah.
they do horse racing.
Yeah, that's what it
obviously.
primarily is. Yeah, like sulkies.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, I want to go to that.
Yeah,
I'm going next
totally.
year. Look, I'm gonna follow their calendar, and I'm all over that.
All right.
Wonder if you bet on the dogs. Hey,
I mean, it's a raceway. They always
Wouldn't
have
know why
some sort
not.
of betting.
yeah. So yeah, dude. Wiener dog races sounds good to me.
Well then.
I wonder if they ever. No, never mind. It's a terrible joke. I can't do it.
Oh,
Can't do it.
okay.
It's gonna be like ketchup. Hurry, ketchup. You didn't relish that joke.
I got it. Look at the time.
Look at the time. Yeah, so that's it for this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Ups and downs. C'est la vie.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, yeah, before we part, got anything to say to our peoples?
yeah, all right.
Right on.
If you have some time, and you should make the time,
Make it.
you can follow us on Facebook or Instagram.
Or both.
Or both, yeah. If you want to find all of our socials and our information, we now have a website up. Ooh. So if you want to go to theabsurdpodcast.ca, you can find all of the links to our streaming services and our Facebook and our Instagram.
Yeah.
And like us, love us, share it.
And,
subscribe, all the
subscribe. Yeah. Give us a review. We like attention. Why do you think we're doing this? It ain't for the money. What money? And she comes here and she eats all my snacks.
It's true. I do.
Yeah, so thanks again, everyone, for listening. And hopefully you'll keep on listening. And take care of yourselves and each other.
Bye.
Bye.
The Absurd Podcast is written, produced, and recorded by Rod and Mel. Music by Audionautics.com.